Oh, sometimes I get a feeling, yeah.
All right, all right, all right. We'll have more people join on later on. Let's go ahead and get it kicked off. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody's doing well. And we're about to have a blast this morning. I look forward to getting you freedom. Let's make sure you get these interactive notes. The link is in the chat, so let's go ahead and pull that up. Let's get it started this morning. I'm so happy that y'all are on. And we're going to do what we do here. Get that freedom this morning. All right, let's get it kicked off. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, I'm Javian Johnson, aka Jay the Truth, and today is our interactive self-awareness workshop where you're going to learn the rules to your game. This is Create My Story. And what is Create My Story about? Create My Story is all about helping you, empowering you, pulling what's inside and pulling it out. Why do we do that? We do that because our mission is to make sure that we hit each and every individual on this planet. We want to bring everybody freedom. We want you to live your absolute best life. All right, my participants, how will you be successful today? So first of all, I need everybody to turn your videos on. We're going to keep those on the entire time. Let me make sure I see those faces. Let me make sure I see those faces. And then absolutely no distractions today. It's full participation. You got to be ready to interact verbally and share with the group. Robin, are you able to get your video on this morning? Let's see.
Hey, Mr. Johnson, I'm currently at work and I'm in my uniform and my patrol car, so I can't record while I'm in my uniform, but I'm definitely here in spirit.
All right. Well, as long as you're here in spirit, we're going to be interacting, just a heads up. And this time, this morning, it's all about you and getting better. So it's all about you. It's not about me. It's all about empowering everybody this morning.
Absolutely. I look forward to interacting with everyone, getting to know everyone, and learning a little bit more about everyone today.
All right. All right, let's get it kicked off. So this morning, the first thing I need you to do is I need you to write down 5 things, positive things that are about yourself, and then give me that thumbs up icon. Let's take a minute. 5 things. Go ahead and get those down. And then thumbs up when you got that finished. I see Tracy working intently over there. Getting those 5 things, getting those 5 things. All right.
My pen is running out. Give me one moment. Maybe.
Robin, you got 5 things that you can think of?
I'm writing it down now.
We got to get you going. We got to get that energy this morning. Don't worry, I got y'all. If you got at least 3, that's perfect too. I know sometimes 5, that's a lot. And that's part of what this self-awareness training is all about too. All right, Robin got it. Tracy, you ready? Bingo. Perfect. All right. So now in the chat, Write some of those positive traits in there.
Okay.
I want to brag on y'all. And then thumbs up when you're finished. Make sure you comment on 2 other people's. I'm gonna put mine in the chat too. All right. Financially responsible, great listening, creative spirit, super supportive, and hardworking. Girl, you go on with your bad self. That's excellent. Robin, I can't wait to see yours. A giver,
Giver,
provider, a listener, a comforter, cheerfulness, excellent qualities. We always got to highlight, always got to highlight that positivity that y'all bring. All right. So let's get the day started. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes for a second. One, let's set the tone. 2, and then one more. 3. All right, the bottom line. Face it, nobody owes you anything. What you achieve or fail to achieve in your lifetime is directly related to what you do or fail to do. No one chooses his parents or childhood, but you can choose your own direction. Everyone has problems and obstacles to overcome, but that too is relative to each individual. Nothing is carved in stone. You can change anything in your life if you want to badly enough. Excuses are for losers. Those who take responsibility for their actions are the real winners in life. Winners meet life challenges head on, knowing there are no guarantees, and give it all they've got. And never think it's too late or too early to begin. Time plays no favorites and will act whether you act or not. Take control of your life. Dare to dream and take risks. Compete. If you aren't willing to work for your goals, don't expect others to. So just real quick, just think about 3 to 5 things that really just stuck out to you. That's what self-awareness is going to start doing for you. 3 to 5 things, because that poem right there, that is the antithesis of freedom. We're going to go ahead and move on. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve this world. There's nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure. We are meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Powerful, powerful words. Now, really think about just 3 to 5 things that really just stuck out to you with that poem. I know there's a lot there, but just think about a couple of things. So what's our objective today? We got to know where we're going today. Today, you will have the education and interactive notes to utilize self-awareness more deeply. So y'all are your player 1. It's all about you today. I'm gonna be selfish. I'm gonna be so selfish today. I'm gonna make y'all just great today. Can I do that? Can I do that?
Sure.
All right. Player 1, let's get ready. All right. Right down below, go ahead and put this in the chat. what self-awareness means to you. Really, what does self-awareness mean to you? Because we got to start really unpacking that. And then be ready to share, because we're going to share those responses. I want to know really where self-awareness, what does it mean to you? Is it just some blank word, or is it something a little bit deeper? I'll give y'all a second. All right, perfect. So Tracy, why don't you go ahead and share with the group what self-awareness really means to you?
So to me, self-awareness means being honest with yourself and truly like looking in the mirror at your actions, understanding them, and your overall self as a whole.
Okay. Robin, you feel like you're ready to share?
Absolutely. Self-awareness to me means holding myself accountable for the actions that I do, and also making sure that I'm kind of in tune with myself on a spiritual level.
Okay. Let's see how close we are. Oh, got somebody just joining in. All right. Before we get started, before I show you the definition of what self-awareness really means, let me give you the story about self-awareness. It's the ultimate story that's really going to change your lives. There is a universal law that states nothing can be outside of itself. This is for living things. Let me dig a little bit deeper. So if you had an orange and you squeeze it, what comes out? Not a hard question. Orange juice. If you had an apple and you squeeze it, you put pressure on it, what comes out? Apple juice. Now, I really want y'all to think real quick and hold on to that. Nothing can be anything outside of itself that's living. Everybody's living. So I want you to write either in your notes or type it in the chat. When pressure and life hardships have been hitting you, what has your honest character been? This is where I really need you to dig deep. When pressure in life, everything squeezes you, what's been coming out? This is where you got to get really real with yourself. We got Candace on. Hey, Candace, glad you're on this morning.
Hey, Javian, how are you?
Excellent, excellent. You
How are
ready?
you?
I got the notes in the chat, so you can pull those up. We're answering this question. When pressure and life hardships have been hitting you, what has your honest character been? Those tough situations. I need y'all to dig deep for this one. So what does Oxford Dictionary define as self-awareness? We're going to go back to it. Self-awareness defined by Oxford Dictionary says that it's the conscious knowledge of one's character, feelings, motives, and desires. For the notes, you got some reflection questions for later on, because that's the thing, is that you don't want to be learning something and not refer back to it. So what are our top 5 reasons to build self-awareness? First of all, with self-awareness, you get more of what you want. I don't know about y'all, but I like to get what I want in life. It feels absolutely amazing. Your beliefs, you start adapting those beliefs to better suit you. Now that I'm self-aware, I know that, hey, I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to the gym every week when I'm 300 pounds. And that used to happen. You start building on your strengths. That's the key right there. You want to know what your strengths are. You want to build those strengths. It's not always about building your weaknesses. You all were put here on purpose. Each and every one of you have something inside of you that needs to come out. It's not on the outside of you, it's on the inside. And clarity. I know every single person will love more clarity in life. Digging in deep, you'll find out really what you want, which is what it's about. And then your most important characteristic, your character. This is who you are. This is what's going to decide what's your destiny. Your character. You are a character in this life. You're playing a role. You can refine it though. You can make it your best when you start learning how to operate on your level. So real quick, if you could master one of these areas, which would it be? And how would it make an impact in your life? Who would like to share first? If you can just take one of those 5 areas, and if you could just master one of those areas, which would it be? And how would it make an impact in your life right now? You can unmute yourselves when you're ready to share. I'll let y'all think for a couple of seconds. And I'll go back so y'all can look at it again. If you could pick any of these 5 areas here and just master it, what would it do for you?
I'll start. I think that the area that I would benefit the most out of would be clarity. I think that sometimes what trips me up in life is indecisiveness or not knowing where to go. So if I had a true understanding of self and a clear picture of that, then I think it would be easier for me to make decisions that would be more beneficial and impactful in my life.
Thank you, Tracy.
Mhm.
Candace, Robin?
I think more so if I could master and overcome the act of procrastination, I think my life and the things that and the goals and the objectives that I set would be clearer, and I will accomplish more if I didn't let procrastination become my stumbling block.
All right, perfect. Candace, what you got? That was excellent. Thank you, Robin.
Whew, okay, I'm kind of with Robin, but I'm working on that procrastination thing because I know that I sit on stuff, and it's kind of a mixture of both procrastination and clarity. Because I procrastinate because I'm not clear, or because I didn't hear God
Mm,
clearly, and I'm trying to make sure I heard Him, and it's not my desire, but it's His.
that's
So I
powerful.
procrastinate on it because, and sometimes He didn't told me to move a long time ago, but I procrastinate on it because I want that certainty that is Him. But the things that I have to do is to continue building a relationship with Him. Then that way I know it's Him and not me.
That's powerful. Thank you, Candace. And I'll let y'all know something. Self-awareness, if you don't develop that self-awareness, you're going to continue to accept the way life is for you instead of the way it should be for you. You're going to let those excuses come up instead of just taking care of it. That's what self-awareness does. I can tell you from experience, I'm that person that grew up with a single mom. I was in special education, reading and writing disability, ADHD, every single thing against me, I used it. I could have easily said, you know what? This is it. These are my labels. I'm going to live my labels. That's going to be my life. Self-awareness will allow you to dig deeper and say, you know what? These aren't my circumstances. I'm going to make sure I dig a little bit deeper to make sure I have more reasons that fit me so I'm not procrastinating. That's what we're going to do today. So let's take 3 deep breaths because I know that gets deep. Reflecting on yourself, it gets deep and sometimes it hurts. And I'm going to let you know with self-awareness, it is going to hurt. It's not going to be comfortable. But that's the thing about it, is that it's not supposed to be comfortable. So let's close your eyes 1 second. First breath. Let go, let go. Second breath. third breath. All right. So in your notes, again, we have the interactive notes that are pulled up in the chat. All you got to do is just go all the way up and you should see that link. You don't see it? All right, let me go ahead and put that in again. Give me 1 second here. So I want to make sure that y'all getting everything. Tracy, you got those notes? You see the link? Perfect. Candace, if you're able to, can you see that link?
Yes.
Perfect. These are your notes right here. This is your game plan. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to the screen here. So step 1, and self-awareness. You got to uncover your rules to your game. Every single person has rules that they follow, conditions that they follow. And the simple thing to knowing those rules, it starts with what you like and what you don't like. Simple. You get you a list. On one side, a lot of people that have trouble with what they truly like, even writing something positive about them. That's what self-awareness does. And so what you got to do, just take what you don't like and start marking it off. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this, which means on the opposite hand that you like whatever you're picking. One thing that's very, very important. Everybody grew up differently. Everybody grew up in different situations. We have different things feeding into us. And so part of that self-awareness is that you got to make sure that that's truly your rules to your game. You got parents, your work influences, life influences. Sometimes it hardens you, sometimes it softens you. But you got to make sure that with your self-awareness that it's truly, truly, truly connected to you. Hey, Lorianne, glad you're on. And then you got to start writing down how you can get more of what you want and then less of what you don't want. You got to start picking out. All right. So if procrastination is my issue here, how can I set it up to where I'm not procrastinating? I'll take food, for example, with me. Food used to be a huge, huge struggle with me. And so what did I have to do? I had to take out the food. I had to take that out of the equation. I had to put less of it in. The TV time, I had to make sure I'm out in other areas. That's what self-awareness is going to do for you, is that it's going to help you truly uncover your rules to your game. Everybody get on the notes? All right. So take a quick second. List 5 things that you want and 5 things that you don't want in life. This is the process. Like I said, it's about you today. I'm empowering you. We're going to put your game plan in place today. Go ahead and take a quick second. Write down 5 things you don't want in your life, 5 things that you want in your life. And how having more of what you want in your life, how to improve yourself. And we're going to share these answers. If you're having trouble with it, start with you don't like, what you don't want. Yes, this is the process of really uncovering those rules to those games. And then when you're ready, somebody go ahead and unmute themselves and start sharing.
Hey, Javian, I'm ready when you are.
Go ahead. You got the
For
floor.
my dues, number 1 is success. Number 2 is marriage. Number 3 is children. Number 4 is honor. Number 5 is courage. I don't want failure, hardship, financial issues, pain, and a lack of understanding.
Okay. Powerful. Thank you, Robin. Robin, real quick though, how would those things truly improve your life? Because there's plenty of people that are married, there's plenty of people that have children, but how would that truly enhance you? Because you're not defined by external. That's where we got to start rewinding this. You're defined by internal. So can you take a second and let the group know how that would improve you?
I think the place that I am in my life early on, I've joined the Marine Corps when I was 19 years old. I've traveled the world. I've been the manager for the American Red Cross over the African region, reconnecting refugees back with each other. I'm currently a police officer. So I've given so much of myself that I forgot and kind of shelved marriage and children, place them on a shelf. And now I'm at the age where I want to give the world something that I've specially made, which would be children that I've created and that I've given my all to, and so that they can be great leaders in this world. So that's very important to me. I know it's superficial, but it's important because I've given so much of myself starting at a very early age.
Robin, I'm glad that you said that too. A lot of times when I ask people when I'm working with them, who are you? They usually give me an answer about what they do. And so for everybody in this chat this morning, I want you to really understand about self-awareness. Everything that you do outside of yourself, that's not who you truly are in life. That doesn't define you. Because the thing is that if you're to pass away right now, somebody will take that position. That's reality. That's not who you are. Who you are is on the inside. I am brave. I do have the courage. I am a special person that needs to multiply myself. I am worthy. And so I'm going to find a worthy person that can enhance my life, enhance my circumstances. That's who you are. Who else would like to share? That's powerful. I love this. We getting good this morning. Who's next? Candace, Tracy, Lorianne, y'all ready? Give me one thing. Give me one thing. That's fine if you can't come up with a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Since nobody else is gonna go, I want my business to be flourishing, multimillionaire. Yeah. What I don't want is it to fail. I don't want to go backwards to stressing over finances. So I want to be made not wealthy, but okay, where I'm not worried about bills and stuff like that. I'm like Robin, I want to be married again, but this time I want to be married to someone who loves me the same way God does.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you for sharing.
And the reason is I want to be able to walk the purpose that he has for me also along with him. I don't want a marriage with abuse. I don't want a marriage that does not recognize my value and what I bring to the table. So I want someone who recognizes all of that so we can work as a true partnership.
Excellent.
What I don't want is what I don't want is a non-ambitious person. I don't like to be, I'm a go-getter. So I don't, it rubs me the wrong way when I see that in other people, that they're not. They're talking about what they want, but they don't go try and get it.
That's deep. That's deep. Thank you, Candace.
You're welcome.
Tracy, you're about to say something?
I'm still trying to work on my list of my wants and don't wants, but I can share what I have so far. My wants, I wanted more time away from work to travel and be in nature, spend more time and develop deeper relationships with my family. And the third thing I did was financial freedom. The things that I don't want is um, 12-hour work days, strict clock in and clock out times, and micromanaging.
Mm, that's powerful. Something about self-awareness that I need y'all to really soak in. Everything in life is happening for a reason, for you, every single thing. And so if you want to start attracting these things, you got to ask yourself, who do I need to be? Which is part of the game plan too. Because the thing is that we want all these things, but the reality is that we're not matching. And because we're not matching that energy, we're all made out of energy. Energy attracts energy. When we truly figure out what it is that we want to be, and then what is it going to cost us to be it, that's when you start attracting things. That's when things really start coming to you. And so really think about that as you start designing your game. That's powerful. All right, step 2. You got to establish and communicate your game rules. So what does that look like? It looks like this. You got to start mapping out all those different areas, all those relationships. So friends, family, colleagues, co-workers, anything on the outside. And then this is how you start winning for yourself. You have to structure relationships so people are treating you according to the rules of your game. Yes, indeed. Because once you start hanging out with individuals that are on the level that you want to be at, you start becoming it. There was a study a couple of years ago. The study showed that the top 5 people that you hang around, that's who you become like. Their traits, their income. So start thinking about that. How can I start structuring myself so people are treating me accordingly to the game? At work, for example, outside of this, I'm an assistant principal during the day. And so people know that if you don't come with the solution, we don't have anything to discuss with me. Because that's what it's about. I want people seeking answers so I can enhance it. And so that's how I structure my relationships. That's how you got to structure relationships. And then step 3, you have to proactively and respectfully communicate your rules to your game. And for some people that deal with apprehensive people, this is what it looks like. Hey, I know we had this disagreement a while ago, but what can I do to really communicate and be on the same page as you? How do you like to be treated? And they're going to open up. Trust me, it happens all the time. They're going to drop that guard and they're going to let you, hey, I like it when you do this. I'm the direct type. Or, hey, I like to start with a positive before you start going into the negative when you're discussing with me. That's how you structure this to work. That's how you start establishing and communicating your game rules. It works either way. That's self-awareness. So first, start mapping out your relationships. Start thinking about how can you structure yourself and other people to fit into your game plan. Because the thing is that if I know your conditions, I can win every time. If I'm, for example, I know some of you watch sports all the time. Basketball, one of my favorite sports. I used to play all the time. And I used to play mind games with people because, you know, I'm petty like that sometimes. It just happens. So this is what I'll do. That player, that really good player, I'll get in their head. Hey, man, you ain't about to do nothing. And what happens? I knew his conditions. He started speeding up. He started making mistakes. He started getting mad. And then when he got mad, boom, got it. That's just an example. Don't use it to manipulate people, but that was growing up. But that's how you can start structuring it. So, step 3, you got to focus on the main character and grow them according to the game. Who's the main character we're talking about today? Y'all. You're your main character. You got to start understanding that self-awareness, you are your most important asset. you're looking for marriage and everything else. The thing is that if you're not all the way A1 yourself, those things are going to end up bleeding out. That's how the divorces happen. That's how everything else happens. It starts with you. So, number one, you got to know that you will always have to be the change that will shift anything in your life. Period. Know that without yourself changing, without yourself adapting, nothing else will change in life. The reality is that you're in control of three things in life: your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. That's it. Everything outside of yourself is completely outside of yourself. You can't control what happens. All you can do is try your best. All you can do is think better thoughts. All you can do is ask better questions. All you can do is dig deep and start actually acting on your path that you want to be at. And number two, you got to start being honest with who you are. And so with me, I wasn't honest with myself. When I was 300 pounds, I would tell myself, I'm working out every day. Oh, I'm good. But the reality was I wasn't. That's okay. It's okay where you're at right now. It's not about being perfect right now. Get that out of your head. It's about being on the path. And then after you really, truly start being honest with who you are, you got to start improving. Pick an area in life. It's not about picking all areas. Pick one area in life. So marriage, for example, y'all want to get married. So what do I need to do? I need to become wife suitable. I need to make sure myself is set up in a way that I can attract what I'm looking for. Start improving it. You got to improve all areas of life. You can't just pick one area. It's not just about career. It's just not about ambition. You start doing that. And the thing is with self-awareness or lack of self-awareness is that when you start just putting all your eggs in one basket, as soon as that basket starts going up and down, it's going to make you feel a certain type of way. It's going to throw you off. And it's not about being thrown off. Stuff's going to happen. You may want this, but the reality is that something can happen just like that. But if you're that person, you can get it again. There is absolutely nothing in this life that you can't get again. And sometimes life is built that way to where it's going to be taken away from you. So you can build up to really be that person to be able to accept it. All right, think about this. Who are you currently? Be honest. Who are you? That's a hard question. That's a very hard question. But I want you to take a second to really think about, who am I? And again, it's not what you do. It's not what you want. It's who are you? Now you got to get real with yourself. You can write this down. I really want you to write this down. Who do you want to be? Truly take some time and think about who you want to be, who you want to grow into. And then I want you to share that in the chat because I need to highlight that. I'm going to look at my chat. Who you want to be, because there's nothing more powerful than putting pen to paper. You're 70% there when you do it. And then share that. Let's highlight that. Let's hold each other accountable in this group. Let's start now. Let's bring that energy now. You're all here because you want to get better. I know that's a tough one. It really is a tough one. And for this one, because it is a tough one, out loud, somebody share. One person. I just want one person to share who they want to be. Because this one you're going to have to revisit. I could already tell that y'all going to have to revisit this. Who wants to step up and share who they're going to be in this lifetime? Who wants to step up and claim what they're going to be? It all starts with energy, and that's step one.
I'll go first if no one wants to speak up. I'll lead it.
Go
Who do
for
we
it.
want? Who do I want to be in this lifetime? Currently, I want to be the mayor of Houston, Texas, 2023. That's one of my biggest goals and aspirations. And not only that, I truly want to be a healer that brings people together and that we address major issues.
Okay. So, Robin, you got stuck in that trap again about what you want to be. Or I'm asking, who? The healer. Yes, healing. So you want to be a person that's able to inspire and heal others. And the means you're going to do it through is being the future mayor.
Absolutely, Will. I love how you put it. Yes, 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 and yes.
Bingo. That's freedom right there. Robin, really start thinking about you're not everything else outside of yourself. I need you to start looking inside out, because that person that you build on the inside, that's what's going to make you on the outside. Excellent answer. Would anybody else like to share before I move on? Because that's deep. Thank you so much, Robin, for stepping up and sharing that. Because, hey, you're claiming it. I'm reframing it so you can claim it and get it. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on. Step 4, the hardest step for people. Step 4, you got to document. Step 4, you got to document. Step 4, you got to document. So, what is self-awareness for success? Let me give you a formula. Self-awareness for success equals understanding. So when you start writing things down, you start understanding yourself more. Feedback. Oh, I see that certain things happen when this happens. Times your progress. Ooh, hey, I'm doing it now. I'm doing it. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Hey, I slipped up this day, but look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I can go back, look at my notes. Whoa, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm not where I started. And then finally, your personal answers. Something I need y'all to realize. This healing, everything else, we guide you. That's what it's about, is guiding you towards what's already there. Those personal answers, nothing outside of yourself is going to change. It's all in here. There's things that can help you get back on that path, but guess what? It's all on the inside. And so how do you do this? You got to establish a system of tracking yourself via print or digital. And for those people that don't like writing, because, you know, sometimes I don't like writing, to be honest. It can be taxing to do it every single day. It's hard. If you don't like writing, use text to speech or record yourself. That's simple. Simply get out a little phone, get you a little recorder, just talk to yourself real quick. Hey, today I went through this because this, and this, and this. Start listening to it. You'll start figuring out, oh, it's starting to make sense. I'm not aligned with myself. And so because I'm not aligned with myself, I'm not getting the freedom that I want. I'm not getting those results that I want. I'm procrastinating because of this. Start slow. I can't stress this enough. You have to start slow, because the thing is, with most people, they don't have discipline. Facts. And so if you start this progress slowly, 1 time a week, start with 1 time a week, 1 time a week, 1 time a week, 2 times a week. You say, you know what, Sunday, 5 minutes Sundays, I'm gonna start reflecting. 5 minutes every Sunday. And then what happens when you start doing that again and again and again? It's like going to the gym. Don't go to the gym just gun-ho, get all your little gear and everything. People try that. And what happens? They usually fail because they'll do it. Everybody sets a goal January 1st, but you look back in the gym March 1st, nobody's there. That's the thing. You got to start slow until you make it permanent. This has to be a permanent thing. This will get you freedom. You look at all the studies, everything else, it's simple. Life freedom is very, very simple. It's just that we forget that it's not simple. We let outside things tell us it's not. The universe, it's simple. It's like gravity, for example, the rule of gravity. If I'm on top of a huge building downtown Houston, I step off of it, I'm falling down. Facts. There's laws to nature that you got to be a part of. And then again, you got to use that information to grow yourself. There's nothing worse than having your answers right there in front of you, but not going back to it and using it to grow yourself. That's where your answer can come in. So step 4 again, document. You got to document. Pick a means to document, whether it's writing it down or using that text to speech. Quick little app, text to speech. Very, very simple. Step 5. This is a hard one for people. Very, very hard. You got to find time to get quiet. The majority of people don't want to get quiet with themselves. And why? Because truly, if you're being really honest with yourself, the reason you don't want to get still with yourself and really be quiet is because you're going to be afraid of what comes out. I can tell you, I was on the same boat myself. I didn't want to get quiet because I was truly afraid of who I'm going to be facing. And self-awareness, it's not going to be nice. It's not. You're going to figure out, hey, I'm lazy. Hey, I'm a procrastinator. But that's all right. But once you really start getting quiet, once you really start finding that time for yourself, things are going to start changing. So how do you do it? You got to find a location that you can spend with just yourself, any location. If it's got to be the bathroom, if it's got to be the car, you got to do what you got to do. That's what it's about. Then let your stuff be still from all distractions. That means cell phone. That means everything. Let yourself stay still with it. Put it in another room, lock it up if you have to. Just be still with yourself. No distractions. And then you got to slowly increase that time. Slowly increase it. Nothing that you hear me sharing will say, do everything right now. No, take a second, just like the 5-minute thing. So I'm going to give myself 5 minutes before I wake up, or 5 minutes before I'm supposed to wake up in the morning. And then I'm just going to be still for a second and just simply let it happen. Your thoughts are going to run. You're going to get some crazy stuff that happens. That's okay. Start slow. What happens is that in life, we got so many things going on that we never truly can get still with ourselves. And in a minute, you're going to see why that you have to get still with yourself. So here's your burning question. This was going to get you. This is why they call me Jay the Truth. If you can't get still with yourself and truly know your blueprint, how can you win your own game? That's a question for everybody. I want everybody to answer this one. If you can't get still with yourself and truly know your blueprint, not anybody else's, not your jobs, not anybody else's, how can you win your game if you don't know your conditions? Who wants to share first? Let's see. Candace, you're going to get voluntold first.
Okay, question. How can you know your own conditions? Well, you can't. You won't know, so you'll be spinning your wheels. And,
Right.
And basically you'll be insanity, keep continuing doing the same thing over and over again, looking for better results, but you won't get them, although you have the knowledge. You're learning the knowledge and you're getting that input and you're downloading that data. But if you're not putting that data to work and doing observation of that data, the data is just sitting there useless.
And how many people have social media? Everybody on here has social media. So with social media, So with that social media, sometimes you see people putting on that show and they look like they just got it going on. That's what I want. That's truly what I want. But that's not what you want. That's what they want. That's not who you are. That healer, what's inside, the courage to keep going on. Because once you start aligning, that's when you start figuring out that, hey, this isn't my thoughts here. Because this is how deep it gets. Let me really, really stress how deep it gets. Your childhood, it goes all the way back from there with those teachers, your parents, if you grew up with your parents or anybody that you grew up with, those biases that you come with that are instilled in you, those stereotypes that are instilled in you. That's not your voice. That's everything else. And a world full of sheep just following sheep, you got to say, you know what? This is crazy. Nah, this is not what I want. This is not what's going to get me there. I'm hanging out with these people just because it looks like the enticing thing to do. That's why you got to get quiet with yourself. That's why you got to know your blueprint. Because once you start operating on your blueprint, I'm telling you, you're going to take off in levels that you've never been before. You're going to do things that are going to impact people at higher and higher levels. Let me give you an example of this self-awareness right here. I started really working out with myself. I started going back to church, and there's this osmosis effect that occurred because I started doing that. It was like modeling. Now my sister, she's doing it. She went to go volunteer this morning. She went back for her master's. My mom, she's doing it for herself. It's just something about when you're on your path for yourself, the energy of it puts people on the path for themselves as well. When you truly start living your purpose. And that's what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's about, is that you have to live your purpose. You're meant for something in this life. You have to bring it out. You have to know how you operate, because once you learn how you operate, that's when you win. I want everybody to win. And guess what? You don't have to win any other way but your way. That's it. It's your rules. It's your game. It's your opportunities. It's your destiny. Let's figure out how we get you on par with that so you can do that. Anybody else? That's good. That is good. Tracy, you can voluntold second.
I mean, I think that Candace did a good job of explaining it. I think if you don't sit still, then either you're not going to make it or it's going to be a lot of trial and error. It'll take you longer. You're going to hit a whole bunch of bumps and you're just going to kind of learn the hard way.
Learn the hard way. That's what life does to you. Like, it taps you at first. They give you that tap. So an example that's really easy that hits home with people, weight. That's the easiest one. That tap. Oh, hey, these pants ain't fitting right. Oh, man. Then all of a sudden, oh, that doctor visit. Well, I got high blood pressure. What you mean I got high blood pressure? What you mean I'm pre-diabetic? Then it starts getting worse. It starts getting worse and starts getting worse. Now we got to amputate an arm because you're not taking care of business. That's what a lack of self-awareness does. Excellent. All right. I've taken up a lot of your time today. Will y'all stick around just for a couple more minutes? Because I want y'all to go practice this. All right. So let's take a second. We're going to go through our 4 pillars of transformation and truly what Create My Story does for others to make sure that we're able to transform. And so with our 4 pillars, we take people through 4 pillars of transformation. First, it starts with self-discovery. That's our pillar 1. And as we're doing right now, we do it through trainings. So now we're working on our self-awareness. In 2 weeks, we'll be working on personal responsibility and then feeling your why. We bring this out of you through interactive workshops just like this. After we really uncover who you are, we want to take it a step further. Now we need to really start reprogramming that brain through a mental mastery. And how do we do this? First, we help you master your mindset. We got to help you master your mindset. Then we take it a step further. We help you with your emotional mastery. Once you start mastering your emotions, we take it a step further. Now you're decision making. Now my mind is right. My emotions are right. Now I'm making the best decisions. Now I'm operating on a higher level, but it's not enough though. You can't stop there. Our step 3, our pillar 3, habit mastery, what you're doing day in and day out. So after we develop your mind, we back it up by developing your actions. So that's when we're going to take it a step further. and really look at how you operate so we can uncover those habits. After we start uncovering those habits to see how you truly operate in this life, we start focusing on self-discipline. Let me tell you something about self-discipline. Self-discipline is not here to hurt you. The honest to God truth about self-discipline is that self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. Let me say that again. Self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. Because I love myself so much, I'm not going to procrastinate. Because I love myself so much, I'm not going to keep these people around me because they're not good for me. Because I love myself so much, I'm not going to go to the club every Tuesday because it's not getting me anywhere. And then the last thing is the compounding effect. Candace, you're a number person, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let me ask you a question then. This is what I love about compounding effect. So, would you rather have $1 million at the end of 30 days, or would you rather have 1 penny doubled every single day for the next 30 days?
I'd like 1 million at the end of 30.
At the end of 30?
Mhm.
Oh, boy. Got him. All right. Let me show y'all something. At the end of 30 days, if you take that 1 penny and compound it over and over and over again, you're hitting.
Gotcha.
So what are we hitting? What are we hitting? So which one would you rather have?
I think I'll take the penny and compound it with the interest. Yeah.
There we go. Now you get it. So if you do this, this is an excellent experiment. I love doing this. I do this with the kids all the time. I tell them, you want the million now, or do you want that penny? Double. So for example, 1 penny, you get 1 penny today, you get 2, 4, 8, and you keep going. You're going to hit, I think, like 5 million, something around there, about 5 million. That's what it does. That's what your habits will do for you. You start doing that habit. Hey, let me just walk 5 minutes a day. You start doing that over time. Boom. What you got? And then after that, after we develop your habits, we take it a step further. Now you're ready. I'm good. So now your actions, your mind, your habits, they all match. So you can start conquering society. Now this is where that osmosis really takes place. You're able to use these techniques with yourself to master your society, to master those circles, to really get that social awareness. For example, if I'm presenting, then all of a sudden everybody looks bored. I don't have that social awareness to know that I need to step it up. So we're going to develop that into you, because the thing is that you need people. You need people to get you better. And so once you really know how people operate, once you know how to align yourself and be able to put you on that path, you're getting those results. Then we're going to teach you really, how do we get those relationships? It's all about those relationships. You got to build those relationships. And the last thing that we help you master, the thing that everybody struggles with, is balance and harmony. And the thing about balance and harmony, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit extra coaching right now, just because y'all are wonderful. Don't ever try to balance everything. I'm gonna give you the hint. Don't ever try to balance everything, because you won't. The thing is that certain things are gonna have more time that's required for it. But if you can find harmony and making everything flow together, that's freedom. That's what Create My Story does. So how do we do this? So right now, I don't want anybody waiting. Right now, we aren't waiting for change. We're going to be that change. Let's see which program's right for you. So with Create My Story, you can join in these interactive workshops. We do it twice a month, $29 a month. That's going out to eat, getting some junk. You're feeding into yourself for just $29 a month. Interactive workshops just like this, all this love, all this participation, that's what you get. Following those 4 pillars, following those sub pillars in each of these categories twice a month. That's like Netflix and everything else that you got. And where does that get you? Nowhere. It gets you on the couch getting those pounds on. But if you want to take it a step further, after this workshop, if you would like to have more transformation, instead of just having your notes, we take it a step further. Now, Tuesday, the following this Tuesday, we're going to give you an action plan, because the worst thing is to not know how to actually use it. And so guess what? We're going to give you a plan. And then I don't care about short term. I'm not on short term. I'm on long term. I'm going to give you a plan to make sure after that you're sustaining it. $49 a month. You can't beat this. Plus, you get those interactive workshops. So you're feeding into yourself even more, even more. My third package, you got more value, more transformation. Now, if you're ready, you join a group. You get your Saturday trainings. You get your action plan. You get a sustainability plan. And then you get a community, 6 to 8 people of individuals that are holding each other accountable for this freedom. There's nothing more powerful than power in numbers, especially when everybody's on the same wavelength. And Robin, you can speak on this. I'm sure you can speak on this. There's people doing some bad stuff out there, a bunch of people. But what happens when you get a bunch of people doing good stuff? It shifts. And so that's what you get, is that community. And this right here, this isn't for everybody. And I'm going to say it's not for everybody, because the thing is that with my package 4, you can get that one-on-one coaching. So that's me feeding into you. But the thing is that if you're truly not ready to get there, don't get there. And so what do you get with that? You get your interactive workshops, you get your action and sustainability planning, you get your community coaching, and then one-on-one coaching with your best. And if any of you done your research about life coaches, you don't get that much value. That's what Create My Story is about. It's about bringing you value, about bringing you freedom, about bringing you transformation. So I want you to take a second, really take a second, and think about which program's right for you. I'm going to wait. Go ahead and type it in the chat. Send me a private message. Which intervention level is right for you? It's about freedom, y'all. And it starts with really investing in yourself. Because if you don't start investing in yourself, you're going to continue on the path that you're currently on. I don't want that for anybody. I want to get everybody freedom. So think about which package is best for you. Go ahead and send me a private message. I'm going to give y'all a second to think about that. If you got your interactive notes, you got on your interactive notes. How are you going to get freedom? All right. And so for the package that you chose, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. I'd like to thank you for taking time to feed into yourselves to put you on that path. If you signed up for the action plans, that's going to get emailed on Monday. And so again, this is Create My Story. You can follow me on social media at Create My Story 2. All social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, for your freedom solutions. I thank each and every one of you for being here today. I will have the recording so I can share it again, so you can make sure that you get those notes and really take that time to do this. Because the thing is that if you walk away today without taking action, You just wasted your time. That's not what it's about. You want to be here today because you want to get better, period. Invest in yourself. Take the notes. Go out there and do it. Go out there and change what you want to change. Go out there and figure out your blueprint. Go out there and communicate how you want to start interacting with people, how people start interacting with you. Start documenting your progress. And again, I'm Jay the Truth here. Thank you all so much for sticking on this morning. I appreciate you taking the time for this today. And y'all have an excellent Saturday. If you have any questions, I'm gonna stay here for some Q&A because I know y'all got some life questions. What you got? Fire away.
I did have a question about one of your packages.
Mhm.
When you said the last one-on-one coaching, how often is that?
That is every week on Sundays. We coach with me. So it's weekly.
For how long?
For how long? As long as we're going to keep going. We have different packages with it. So
No, I mean,
there's-
like, is it a half an hour, an hour? Like, how long is the one-on-one session?
30-minute sessions. 30-minute sessions plus all the extra value that you get. So you got your community coaching that's involved in that. That's an hour. You got your action planning, which is twice a month. That lasts for an hour. And then you got your interactive workshops that last for an hour as well. And those are really, really focused sessions, really, really digging deep.
I do want to thank you for this. This was awesome.
Thank you so much for being on this morning. Anybody have
Are
any
you
other
going to
questions?
share? Yeah. Are you going to share the PowerPoint?
Yes, I'll share the PowerPoint.
Presentation?
Yes. And then I'll also make sure to share those notes too. So if you missed any of those notes or anything, you'll also
Yeah.
begin that.
Thank you.
No problem. And also the recording too. So you get all the value, all the value. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing here. Let's put that music back on. Oop. All right. Well, if nobody has anything else, that's the end of today's interactive training. Thank you so much.
I wanted to ask about this. Is this your Twitter thing? Because I'm seeing different things. Is that your account?